Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, with sale season almost upon us, I wanted to run through some of my shopping tips and also the hacks that I use so that I can make the most of the sales and also shop them smart. Because Boxing Day sales are definitely far and beyond my favorite and the time of year that I usually take the opportunity to either treat myself or add something that is more of a spendy piece or an investment into my wardrobe. Today's video is in partnership with Shoptage, which you'll know I've been using for years now. It is an extension on your browser, which essentially lets you know if there's been a price drop or if there is a coupon code available for an item on your wish list. I've used it so many times to score a good discount on designer goods, but right now one of the ways that I'm mostly using it is so that I can be alerted for a couple of things on my wish list which are currently out of stock. Now, in order to be able to use Shoptage, you just need to go onto their website, sign up for an account, and then on the left hand side on the menu there is a big icon there that says get the button. Once you've installed it in your browser, you go onto the website where you would like to tag an item or save an item to your list. So in this instance, I'm going to show you a couple of the things which I missed out on that are no longer in stock. So the first thing is a gift for our son, which I would really like to snap up before Christmas. I'm kicking myself for not buying this the moment I saw it. It's an alphabet animal wooden jigsaw puzzle, and I just think it's really sweet. So I'm going to add that to my kids list. And one of the things that I really like about Shoptage is that you can actually separate all of your items into different lists. So you can kind of see I've got quite a few different ones here. The thing I especially love about the list is it helps me to really keep track of any potential wardrobe purchases. And then the other item that I missed out on is from Free People, and it's a cashmere sleeveless top and cardigan set. This looks so cozy. So I'm going to select my size. I will add it in, so if there's any price drop, I'll be alerted, as there are a few different colors, but I have my heart set on the dark gray. And then I'm going to add it to my autumn winter essentials list. When the item goes on sale, or whether it's come back in stock, you'll get push notifications or an email alert to let you know. You can also use Shoptage on your mobile device as well, and it works the same way. Once you've got Shoptage installed in your browser, one of the other things it does when you are checking out or purchasing an item is it will scan for any coupon codes so that you can make an additional savings on your purchase, which I think is just fantastic. And they also have recently launched a shop back feature, which allows you to get cash back on your purchase via PayPal from select retail partners. Now, if you haven't already got Shoptage on your browser, which I'm sure many of you already do, then please make sure you click the link down in the description box below so that you can go and check it out and install it and use it for yourself. Now, aside from utilizing Shoptage as my shopping assistant, one of the other things that I think is really important to do when you are leading into sale season is to make a list and also set a budget. Having a list really helps you to be laser focused on what it is that you are looking for or what you're planning to buy. So it could either be a very specific item from a particular brand, then you can sort of keep an eye out on all the different retailers using Shoptage perhaps to find out which one is going to kind of go on sale first, or alternatively just knowing exactly the type of item, which it could be maybe a parka jacket if you live in the northern hemisphere, or maybe it's just a pair of summer sandals if you're in the southern hemisphere. Also, knowing what it is that you have available to spend is really helpful too, so that you make sure that you don't go overboard and over budget, because it can be very tempting to do so when there are so many fantastic sales on. Now, this next one is one that I practice all the time, and it is to buy out of season. So I think one of the things living in the southern hemisphere that I feel so fortunate for is that the sales in the northern hemisphere are incredible, and it allows me to buy things at a major discount before the season starts here where I live. So as many of you know, I live in Australia, so it is summer right now, and when the Boxing Day sales hit, many of the retailers that I love to shop for are going to be discounting all of their autumn winter stock. So it's a great way for me to plan for the season ahead while saving a lot of money, and it allows me to kind of invest in slightly more expensive and higher quality purchases so that I can really kind of build a long-lasting and classic wardrobe, which is really kind of the core focus of how I like to shop. Now, this next one I was so guilty of doing in the past, and I have completely eradicated this shopping habit, and it is to not buy something on sale if it is not in a color that you will wear or that you like and not in your size. I would buy things in a size smaller than I was, thinking that I was miraculously going to fit it one day, or I would buy things that were a lot larger with the idea that I was going to get it altered. I would also buy shoes that were too small for me or slightly too big for me, thinking that I would be able to put some of those shoals, sticky pads in there on the heel or something like that to help it fit me better. and what ended up happening was they would just sit in the back of my closet unworn with the tag still attached, and it was basically like throwing money down the drain. So as tempting as it can be, again, just say no, keep your eye on the prize and stick to your list. My next tip is to avoid purchasing trend items. If it's on the sale rack, then it means that the trend is over and it is time to just keep walking by and do not look back. There's a reason that it's on sale, and I'm going to tell you now, if you are someone who likes to keep up with the trends, then you are probably not going to be wearing it next season. Instead, focus on items that are going to be long-lasting additions to your wardrobe, something that you see yourself wearing beyond the next 6 months to a year, as I think it's a much more sustainable and realistic way to shop, especially if you are on a budget. My next tip is to utilize the click and collect function. Now, I will sometimes do this if I've already got plans to go within the area that the shop is in. It saves me a little bit of money on the delivery fees, as well as additional and unnecessary packaging that I don't need, and also allows me a chance to have a quick browse when I'm in store as well to see if there's anything else that wasn't online that's maybe caught my eye. And kind of following on from that tip, I would recommend checking the rails in the changing rooms, especially if you've had your eye on a particular piece but you cannot find your size. Quite often someone else might have taken it to the changing room in your size, and you can snap it up there before you go in and try on some other items. My next tip is to shop alone. I love shopping with my friends and loved ones. However, I do find that I'm more likely to purchase something that I maybe wouldn't if I was shopping on my own, because that voice of reason just goes completely out the window. I get excited and caught up in the moment, especially if I'm being told something looks fabulous on me. It's definitely something that is going to push me towards the till to make a purchase that maybe might not be realistic for my lifestyle, and trust me, this has happened so many times. So I just find it much more convenient and faster, and also more practical to shop alone. It means that I'm going to be really kind of considered and conscious about what I'm buying. I'm going to think through the purchase a lot more, and I won't go to the checkout unless it is something that I know is going to tick all the boxes for me and meets all of my shopping criteria. One shopping hack which I think is always really useful to keep in mind, especially if you're trying to save big on classic items, is to know when all the sale events are. Obviously the big one that we've got coming up are the Boxing Day sales, but keeping in mind when retailers tend to push out their discounts throughout the year can really help you in terms of managing your budget and helping it to stretch a little bit further. I think another way that you can kind of save a little bit of money when you are shopping online in particular, and actually this is something I will do when I'm in a physical store as well, is to Google it and compare prices. See what other retailers are selling it for and whether you can get it for a better price elsewhere. I know some retailers will actually price match if you email their customer service, but then you have to keep in mind that you are taking a bit of a gamble because it may sell out before you have a chance to add it to cart once you've heard back from the customer service representative. The other thing to keep in mind with this is that you need to be conscious or mindful of the shipping policies and whether there are going to be any additional charges like taxes and duties, especially if you're purchasing from overseas. So while on the surface the retail price or the ticket price of the item you want to buy may look better or more appealing, once you add on the shipping and any taxes and duties, the price may actually skyrocket and be a lot more expensive than it would be from another retailer, despite there being a disparity in the price. Now this next one might seem a little bit contradictory if you were trying to avoid going overboard, but I do think that this can be a really useful tool when it comes to shopping the sales, and it is to sign up for mailing lists. What I've experienced, especially with the Black Friday sales this year, is that if you're on a mailing list, you usually get first dibs or early access to any sale promotions that a retailer has, and sometimes they will run small flash sales which are exclusive to their emailing list. If you don't want to clutter up your inbox and you just want to remove a bit of temptation, then what you can do is actually set up a completely separate email address, so your name plus, you know, newsletter list or something like that, and have all of the email subscriptions or the newsletters going to that particular email address, so that it's only when you're actually shopping or on the hunt for a particular item that you log in and see what discounts are going. This next one isn't going to work with every single retailer. However, I have found that this is a really useful tool, especially if it's not an item that's going to sell out very quickly, and it is to add items to your cart and then abandon the store. What will happen is with some of these retailers, they will email you and they will give you a discount code. It could be 5%, 10%, 15% off your purchase, purchase because they want to entice you back to the website to complete your order. And this is a great way to save a little bit of extra money. And again, like I keep saying, make your dollar stretch a little bit further. The final tip I want to share, and I think this is a really important one, is to be aware of the sales return policies for the store that you are shopping from. Some retailers won't let you return something if you've purchased it on sale or if you've purchased it full price using a discount code. So make sure you understand what the policies are, sort of a buyer beware, so that you don't get caught by surprise when you receive the item and maybe it isn't quite what you expected and you try to return it. So those are all of my shopping tips and hacks to use for the season ahead. I hope that you found this useful. Thanks again to Shoptage for partnering with me on this video. If you do not have the button already, then make sure you go and check out the link in my description box so that you can add it to your browser and start making some savings on your future wardrobe additions. Again, thank you so much for watching and spending some of your day with me, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. See you soon. Bye.